Ukraine's counteroffensive is only just getting started, but the early assessment by US officials who spoke to CNN is that so far expectations are not being met on any front. It seems Russian defences are more resilient than expected, and Russian mines and airstrikes have bogged down Ukrainian forces in some parts. Still, the long-term outlook remains optimistic. Ukrainian officials on Thursday pushed back, saying defensive lines in the east are holding and gains are being made, albeit slowly, in the south. Here's more from Ukraine's Prime Minister.
Counteroffensive is not Hollywood movie, it's not easy walk. Counteroffensive is number of military operations. Sometimes it's offensive, sometimes it's defensive, sometimes it could be tactical pauses. Unfortunately, during our preparation for this counteroffensive, Russians were preparing too, so there is so much minefields which really make it slower movement into their head.
Ukrainian forces have inflicted what appears to be a serious blow in the south, a missile strike leaving a key bridge to Russian-occupied Crimea badly damaged. The Chonhar Bridge is now closed to traffic, and Kremlin-backed officials say it will take weeks to repair, one of the few crossings that connect Crimea with the occupied part of southern Ukraine. And according to a former Ukrainian defense minister, shutting this bridge down now creates a major choke point for Russian supply lines. Details now from CNN's Matthew Chance.
On Russian state television, news of the latest Ukrainian strike, punching through a key bridge to Crimea. A military supply route, the anchor says, which Ukraine hit with missiles to cut off. Instead of hiding the bad news, Russia is using it to bolster support. The Kremlin-appointed governor of occupied Kherson was quickly at the scene to condemn the attack and blame the West. It's another senseless act by the Kiev regime at the behest of London, he says. But it will make no difference to the result of the special military operation, what Russia calls its war. Along the vast front lines in Ukraine, a much anticipated counter-offensive is seeing fierce but limited fighting. Some Ukrainian officials are pushing back hard, though, on Western assessments to CNN that expectations are not being met. One senior Ukrainian official telling CNN it's still way too early to assess the overall trajectory of what the official says was shaping operations. The real counter-offensive, the official told CNN, has not even begun yet in earnest. Still, the Russian military is taking credit for holding Ukrainian forces back, releasing dramatic images of what they say are enemy positions being pounded and characterising the Ukrainian push as unsuccessful. The Kremlin, though, is sounding an unusual note of caution. Ukraine's offensive potential has not yet been exhausted, the Russian president warns his defence officials. Its strategic reserves, he says, have not all been activated. It is a recognition of what Ukrainian officials also insist. This battle may be slow, but it is far from over. Matthew Chance, CNN Kiev.